Missing children? What happened? When I was 17, my mom kicked me out over leaving dishes in the sink. Not dirty dishes, just rinsed dishes that weren't in the dishwasher yet. She'd been running her business from home and was stressed. I get that now. But in that moment, she completely lost it. She screamed that I was ungrateful, lazy, that she didn't raise me to be this disrespectful. I tried to explain that I'd literally done every other chore that day. Laundry, vacuuming, took out the trash, but she wasn't hearing it. She said if I couldn't follow simple rules, I could get out of her house. Here's the thing though. I'd been working since I turned 14. Started at a local pizza place making $8 an hour. Saved almost every paycheck. By 16, I'd saved $6,000 and bought my own car, a beat-up Honda Civic with 140,000 miles on it. I'd been buying my own clothes, paying for gas, even covering my own phone bill for the past year. So when she said get out, I looked at her and said fine. She probably thought I'd go cool off at a friend's house for a few hours. Instead, I went upstairs, grabbed my duffel bag, and started packing. Only took things I'd personally paid for with receipts I'd kept in a shoebox under my bed. Yeah, I was that kid who kept receipts. 20 minutes later, I walked past her in the kitchen. She was still furious, didn't even look up. I left the phone they paid for on the counter next to her coffee mug. She yelled something about me being dramatic as I walked out the door. 4 hours later, she called the police. By then, I was already 200 miles away, sitting in a rest stop parking lot eating gas station food and trying to figure out my next move. The officer who took the report told her that since I had a car, money in my bank account, and had clearly left voluntarily, there was a good chance I wasn't even in the state anymore. They filed a missing persons report anyway, mostly as a favor to her. After 48 hours, it went into the national database. My dad came home from his shift at the plant and walked into complete chaos. Cops in the house, mom crying, my room half empty. He apparently asked what happened, and when mom explained it was over dishes, he just stared at her. 2 weeks went by. I'd driven to a small town in another state, been sleeping in my car in Walmart parking lots, showering at Planet Fitness with a $10 monthly membership. I'd picked up a few cash shifts at a diner and was looking for something more permanent. I was sitting on my car hood in a Walmart parking lot at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, filling out an application for a warehouse job. A police officer pulled up, probably to tell me I couldn't loiter there, but he casually ran my plates while walking over. Just a habit thing. His whole demeanor changed mid-step. He stopped, looked at his screen, looked at me, back at his screen. Then he said, "You need to call your mother right now." I told him I didn't have a phone. He handed me his. I dialed her number from memory. She picked up on the first ring, and the second I said, "Mom, it's me," she exploded. Didn't let me get another word in. Called me selfish. Said I was ruining her life. That I was an embarrassment. How could I put her through this? Did I know what people were saying about her? The officer was standing right there, and I could see his expression changing. I put it on speaker. She kept going. Something about how I'd always been difficult. How I never appreciated anything she did for me. She was building up to something worse when I just hung up. The officer looked at me and said, "Is it always like that?" I nodded. He asked if I had somewhere warm to sleep, and I told him about my car and the gym membership. He made me promise to check in with him if I needed anything. Gave me his card with his personal cell written on the back. 2 days later, my dad's truck pulled into the same parking lot. The officer had called the department where the missing persons report originated, got my dad's work number, and told him that if this situation was left to my mother to handle, they'd never see me again. Dad got out, walked over, and the first thing he said was, "Your mother has been loading the dishwasher wrong for 20 years, and I never threw her out over it." Then he asked if I wanted to come home or if I needed help getting set up wherever I was. I told him I'd come back if Mom apologized. He said he'd work on it, but it might take a while. Then he handed me $500 cash and said, "Whether you come home or not, you shouldn't be sleeping in your car."